Alright guys, we're doing another video with the wizard build this time. Gonna go over this simple build. It's gonna go around basically two spells, which isn't exactly my favorite because I love the wizard spells. However, to be the most effective and do more damage, we're kind of gonna go over the build here and what can get you started and get you into Torment a little quicker than maybe little subpar spells. I just farmed a couple of hours on master difficulty, picked up a few items. Um, Up to 450,000 base damage. Not exactly, you know, putting any high numbers up there, but we're going to go over the build so you guys can hop in there, get into Torment, get in some of these adventure games, in public games, and maybe have somebody take the damage for you while you're gearing up. Definitely would recommend getting a little bit of gear before going in, but we'll go over the build real quick. Um, Primary skill is going to be Electrocute with the Surge of Power rune. This is going to give you one extra arcane power for each enemy hit. This is good for when you're boosting that back up. If you're like me and don't have high regeneration or a high pull to begin with, you're going to need all that you can get. The Arcane Orb with the Frozen Orb rune, this is going to deal 393 damage as cold. That's going to be your main attack. You're going to go off, you'll see the arcane power dropping there, and then you can actually boost your arcane power back up by hitting nothing. That's one way. The other spells, and again, this is all you're going to cast every so often. Outside of that, it's your two main spells. You're going to go with Familiar with the Spark Flint rune. This is going to give you 10% increased damage. You're going to go with Magic Weapon, and I use the Force Weapon rune on here. This increases your damage by 20% as opposed to the base 10. Energy Armor with Pinpoint Barrier. If your crit hit chance is high enough, then by all means go ahead and try and grab something else. This is going to boost it by 5%. And then this one's kind of an open slot. I prefer Archon here with Improved Archon, and that's for the big boss battles. You want to drop stuff as quickly as possible. On to our passive skills, we're going to go with Cold Blooded. This is going to give you an extra 10% towards enemies that are cold or frozen, chilled or frozen, and you're going to be using your Arcane Orb quite a bit, so that's going to boost your damage naturally. Glass Cannon increases all damage done by 15%. It'll make you a little bit squishy, but at the same time you'll be doing more damage, and if you're in a public game, hopefully somebody else is taking the damage for you. Prodigy, this is going to give you that extra 5 arcane power for every time you cast your Electrocute spell. And then the new spell here, Elemental Exposure. It increases the damage by 5% for every different class of spell that you use. However, you're only going to be using the ice cold spells, I should say. And so you'll get an extra 5% boost there. So we'll hop in here, and we're going to kind of let everybody else stand in front of us and take the damage. And hopefully we'll get some good footage here. We're going to do this live, and I'll show you how this works. And oops, looks like they're busy right there. And once you cast the first 3 spells to boost all your damage, my base damage is at 450, not exactly stellar numbers there. But we'll go ahead and pop these 3 here. And that puts us all the way up to 597,000 base damage, which is pretty good. Obviously, the higher you are, the more damage you get. As you can see, I love the black hole spell and the meteor there. It's definitely good. Here's a chest. Let's see if we can get everybody in here. But as you can see, the arcane orb here is hitting for 1, 2, 3 million. Pretty base damage, pretty consistent. It's going to hit a lot of people for a lot of damage. We'll kind of go through here. You can kind of see the massive amounts of damage that it does. That was an extremely easy chest there. But as you can see, the arcane orb is effective. It will get you into Torment games probably sooner than some of the other spells, and this is going to get you going, and I highly recommend trying it. If you got any variations or questions or suggestions, please feel free to put them down in the comments below. I'd definitely love to hear what's working for you guys. I love trying new builds. I love all the spells. Unfortunately for me, I'm trying to gear up, and this right here is pretty much base setup. There's only 2 main spells, unfortunately, along with Archon there. but it will get you into games, it will get you doing damage, and it will get you into farming for gear a little bit quicker in the higher torment levels. And I think that's the main goal for everybody. So definitely give this a shot if you want. If you're having any questions or any troubles getting geared up, you might want to drop the difficulty level, but this will definitely get you in there a little quicker. You'll see somebody else there running some spells. But as you can see, it does damage. It gets through people. It's effective. I think with better gear, I'll definitely be able to put together some better videos. But if you're like me and you're just now gearing up and you're trying to figure out how to get that extra edge to be able to get in the games and not struggle as much and be able to get the gear quicker, then I think this build might work for you. And again, we'll do another video, and I'll probably be doing a Barbarian video. If you've got a Demon Hunter and you started leveling that up, feel free to check out my other video. I'll have a link to it down in the comments. And that right there can get you started up and going, doing some major damage. I love the Demon Hunter damage. Pretty overpowered right now, but you're not going to get any complaints from me. So until next time, guys, enjoy and happy hunting.